My name is Tessa Teardo, and I am going to be reviewing Mihir Shah's photos from the Street Photography Part 1 portfolio. So as you can see, I've pulled up Mihir's pictures, and as a quick scroll through, you can see that the majority, if not all of them, are in black and white, and it seems that most are taken at night, which I think is an interesting way to look at the images. So just to start off the bat, let's see what we were looking for in the assignment. So does the artist generally understand the requirements of the project? Going back to his images, he definitely has at least 75 images. Just from a rough calculation, he has the amount that was necessary. How effectively does the artist use the elements and principles of design and photography to compose these images? So going back to his images, some that stand out to me are the ones that are taken at nighttime. Seems like it's downtown Lexington, just to show how he used the principles of design effectively. Let's look at some images, I think. So this one is a great image. You've got the light coming from that street lamp, and then your eye travels up to the lights that go across the street, and then you also can look through all the way to the end of the image. You get your eye following down the street, and you see the cars on either side, and I think it's just an awesome image that allows you to just travel so many places and look at all the elements. So there's great contrast in the darkness of the sky with the brightness of the street lamp and also the illumination of the street itself. So I think this is an overall high quality image. That was a great job on his part. This photo also demonstrates great principles of design and photography. Again, the street lamp here with the lights, string lights going across, really just makes the eye travel. And then here we have street art, which is a very interesting thing to capture, and then you have the car coming out of the parking garage, so it's showing real life people, going about their day. I think this is also taken at night, so maybe it's someone leaving work, leaving the parking garage from going to a restaurant, depends. So he's really capturing people in their natural state, what they're doing, especially this one as well. Someone just getting in their car, but again, this is someone, a real person, just living. So it was a great capture in the moment of what that person was doing. This picture is also quite interesting. Definitely was raining. This person scrambling to get their umbrella up and make sure they don't get wet from the rain. So that was a great image capture of that moment. The person was trying to get their umbrella up. Let's go back to see what other images we want to discuss. So has the artist effectively captured a sense of the place in which they're shooting? What story about the place is the artist trying to tell? I think that Mihir has definitely captured his place well. He has shown downtown Lexington in all aspects. Having the picture taken at night with the street wet is something that is very interesting to see. You get the contrast from the darkness of the sky, and then you get kind of the shimmering of the street due to the fact that it's been rained on, and then you have the steam coming up from a drain over here. So that's a great image with so many elements. Let's see. So I think the story he's trying to tell are really the lives of people in Lexington. So what is going on an everyday basis in Lexington? He has people walking around, people doing various things. These people might be shopping downtown in the square. Another great image taken by me here. Let's go back to the questions. Are there any particular images that stand out? Are there any that need improvement? So I did touch on some that stood out before. I think this is a great image. Having the square brings your eye right to it. You have that balance of all this space compared to the space up top of the sky, and there's just such a contrast, but at the same time it really does balance itself out. You have the people going about their routine, and there's so much texture going on in the picture as well. All of the windows and the tops of the windows, again with the lights, the cars going by, it just all seems to be balanced very well. Another image that I thought was a great image. Let's see. This is a great image. Again, great contrast. You have the lights coming in. It's from an inside window. Then you have the darkness of the sky, again with the street lamp, that contrast. The space is used very well in this image. There's not a lot of open, empty space. You have the person walking about, doing their thing, and you have not a lot of that empty space again, so you have the whole street you see, and it goes on, and your eye can follow down. But it seems that the photo is captured in a way that it's all very uniform. You have the buildings on either side, and there's a space for every object, I think, in the image. Great image. Additionally, some that could use improvement. Let's see. This picture could possibly use improvement. Yes, someone was walking, so it's hard to take a picture when someone's walking and make sure that it's in focus, but if it were to be in focus, it would have been, I think, a higher quality image, so that's something to focus on, make sure that the images are in focus when you're taking them. Let's see. This image, I think, could use a little bit more contrast. I feel that it's just very white over here, and there's not a whole lot of balance going on. I think it's just kind of too bright, too white, and something needs to be balanced out a little bit more with the contrast, and maybe make it more black and white on the color spectrum if you're able to in a photo editor. And then, are there any things that he could do to improve his images? So going through to improve images, I think he did a great job with the ones taken at night, and especially when the street was wet from the rain. Those look really great. So those are some awesome images that he took that were able to capture Lexington. And also the sunset coming out in this one, another great image. But in order to improve, I think some of the ones from the beginning could be improved. They just seem a little too light. You could have more contrast going on. It's just a little dull. So if you could focus on taking some more images where you have that contrast of the dark and the light. So taking them at night, I think, really helped with the photos. But these are, again, just a little too bright, so maybe if he focuses on the contrast and ends up using more black and white and having that balance, will create a better unity in the whole picture.